Hello, my name is Vicki and welcome to our channel. Friends, today I'm going to take you on a little tour of our garden so you can see how it's growing now. I just wanted to bring you out and let you see the garden and see the changes since the last time that you got a little peek at the garden. I'm walking down the fence row now. There's been a lot of growth taking place in just the week or two since you've seen it last. So we'll go over here and go through the gate. Now on the right side, we had the clematis the last time, but that one has bloomed all it's going to. As you can see, and we have these hollyhocks that look like they're going to be blooming shortly. These dianthus down here, they're looking pretty. And I've done a lot of planting today. Neil and I have worked for about 3.5 hours today, and here's these that are bloomed. And I think I told you last time these were dark purple, but they're not. They're kind of a violet color. And there's more coming on, you can see up there. So they go all the way up to the roof. And then we have some roses. Pretty rose buds. And these have been blooming for a while, so some of those have spent too. And I've got flowers planted in here and here. And they should be up in about a month. And look how pretty these are. I like that color. I hope you can get the real true color on that. And I have this planted, and Neil got all of the water system set up for this bed, and this just has some annuals. I planted a lot of annuals in that today. As you can see, we've got to clean out all of the grass around this, but we're just now starting. We have that, it's growing, some more dianthus, and we have some lilies, and we have some of the clematis vine over here, and it's taking a hold to go up the fence rail. And I think that's a hydrangea there, a real small one. More dianthus, some of the bellflowers. And these little flowers, I think they got bit back, but you have to keep these pulled off too to keep the bloom going. Those are going to do okay. This is a lavender. I think that's coreopsis there. And this is lupine. And it's done better this year, but it hasn't started blooming yet. There's some more dianthus, and it looks real pretty, and some more lupine. So it will be a while before this blooms here, because we just got it sowed today. And I wanted to show you today because I'm going to pick some things this afternoon, and I didn't want to pick those and have them looking bad. I wanted it to look good when I showed it to you. The mint's doing really good, and this is a good way to keep it where it can't get out of this container. And these are June-bearing, no, these are ever-bearing strawberries here. And as you can see, you can probably see some little red ones there. I hope you can see that berry. And some there. So we will have berries this afternoon that I can pick. These are all the potatoes, or part of the potatoes. And that's a sunflower seed. We're going to have to put something on these potatoes because there's some little black bugs on those of some sort. So I'll just go down this row and show those to you. We put hay to keep the moisture in, and then to keep the weeds from growing up. And in this one we planted some of the squash. It's like a big old banana squash. And that's just been planted. You have to wait. These are some potatoes that I actually think may have just come up. I don't think we even planted those. So since they did, we thought we'd just let them grow. And over here, this is zucchini. We've got 3 big zucchini plants here that's supposed to be really big. And I go underneath the plants a lot, and I'll put things like these radishes. So I've got radishes and flowers that should come up all around here. And you can see the little flowers on the tomatillos. They're looking great. Some of the herbs here. Oh, this smells awesome right here. Then our onions are doing wonderful. And the peas are up and starting to climb up the fence. And then where some of those got eaten by something, and I went back and I planted some beans. And I actually planted one right there, and I don't know if it got eaten also or what happened to it, but I've got my peas coming up and the beans. And there'll be nasturtium that you will see later that will come up. And these, also you can see those little bugs on that. Almost looking like those little jumping beetles to me. But these are the low starch potatoes that we planted. And here's our tomatoes. We got them staked today, but I didn't get them tied up. I'm hoping to get those tied up tomorrow evening. And these have already been pruned once, but I will prune them again as we tie those up. And back there, those beans are the noodle beans that climb up. They'll go all the way to the top of this trellis. And I've got some tomatoes already flowering down there. Got a few onions here between. Here's some more of the potatoes. And this lettuce looks beautiful. I'm really happy with it. Look at that. And you can see the peppers starting to, little tiny peppers starting to set on. And remember, I told you that this lettuce here actually came back up on its own. I didn't plant those, but I just let those grow. Then look at this kale. It looks so pretty. We'll eat some of that, and then I'll dry some kale. Then here is the regular romaine. And some celery over there, which came back from last year. And here's some more romaine, and it's actually a different kind down there. It has a little bit of a different tint. This is called red romaine too. And you can see Neil's got the watering system set up on all of that. Then here's another potato patch. One down through here. And these look really good. This is all a good bed for potatoes there. And then tomatoes. And these are the cherry tomatoes, the husky cherry. And then I have cucumbers growing up against the trellis. And look what I see right on my cucumber. You get off that cucumber. Go on over through there. And I've got to pull some of those tomatoes back up and tie them up tomorrow afternoon. This is our herb bed, one of them. I cut a lot of this out. This time I cut a lot of it out. You can see the lavender. Looks really pretty. Just now coming on. And look at these peas here. Here's a leek. I have some leeks in here. But these peas are just doing wonderfully well. I grew some last year that had the prettiest blue flowers on them. But I have a feeling these are going to be better for eating. Some onions stuck in here and there. Look at these. I love color in the garden. Just makes my day to come out and see all of these beautiful colors. And the whites look beautiful too. Here's a really pale pink. I hope you can get that color there. We have a potato patch here. Didn't intend to have so many potatoes, but when we got them cut up, we just really got a good measure, more than we had any idea that we would get. You can see all of this and these. Oh, that's doing so good. Last year I had cucamelons right here going up on the trellis here. And I even tried to pickle those little cucamelons, but we didn't really care for them. They were fun to come out and eat, just grab us a few off and eat. But guys, we have all of this planted down through here. And to tell you the truth, most of this is in flowers. The way our schedule's going to be this summer, we're not going to have as much time as we normally do to work in the garden, so I usually mix my flowers completely in with the vegetables. These are hollyhocks again. And these are a really pretty color of hollyhock. They're a kind of a pale salmon color, I guess you would call it. Okay. Get ready to love this next plant. This is the lupine. I think that is just a beautiful plant. And actually, the stalk that comes up from it there with the color on it, it's doing better here than it did in Maine, and they were gorgeous in Maine, but this particular one is. Now, not all the rest of them, but there must be something about the space where this is and the soil and everything must be just right. And these come in different colors. So this is like a purple, and we saw some that were pink and white, and I think we even saw some yellow ones. The rhubarb, as you can tell, is doing better. And we added some strawberries into this. And this little fellow is struggling. I don't know if it's going to make it or not. But look at this. This is the color I thought the other one was, but this one's come out to be a real purple one. That's real pretty. Now, I'm going to show you oh my goodness, you all, you know what this is? This is mint. It escaped, and I thought we'd gotten it all, but right here it is. And as you can see, it's trying to travel. But this smells so good. If you could just get a whiff of this, it smells wonderful. And it's sad to pull it up. Uh-oh, something's eating my strawberry. Look at that. They've eaten the top out of it. I'll throw that through the gate. I'm afraid it's turtles. We get turtles every year here. And it's fun to see those, but I sure don't like them. I see another one's eating another strawberry over there. Could be rabbits too, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to come back out after I quit videoing and pick what we have, because we probably have a small bowl of the strawberries this evening. And I had some today, and they were really good. And as you'll see, they've come out of the bed and they've come all the way across here, and we've transplanted this bed all the way down except for the herbs down here. And let's go back and look at the herbs. I passed them by looking at the strawberries. This is echinacea, or purple coneflower, and it's doing great. It will be beautiful in a few weeks. Oh, this smells so good. This is lemon. I believe it's thyme, but I'm not real sure about that. And down here is my favorite herb, cilantro. Cilantro, it's really good. And let me show you something. Since I'm hearing this is growing up like this, what you do on these is you just pull that little top off, and instead of it going up, it'll start bushing out and give you a lot bigger plant. These are doing fairly good. Wish I'd gotten more of those, and I might go back and get some more because I use that a lot. But you can see how thick these strawberries are. And if anybody wants some strawberry plants in the fall, please let me know, because I would love to give you all that you want. This must be an awesome place for strawberries, because we've really, of course, we have put the chipped wood all down through here, but they've just come off of the bed, and there's not much we can do except pull them up and get rid of them, and I just can't hardly do that. Now we've got some apple trees. We bought these, but they are just not doing well. This has a disease on the tree. We're going to put some neem oil on it and see if that works to take care of it. If anybody knows anything else to do, please let me know. This is a bad place for fruit trees. We've had 2 that died. But now this pear tree is doing really good here, so the 2 pear trees are both doing well. This gets really damp. Neil mowed this today, and as you can see, we have this bark, the shredded trees, and it's really deep. And look at the soil underneath. That looks pretty good. And it was completely clay soil, so we've been able to amend the soil. But both trees, I don't know if this was something they caught here, because we did have some more trees that look like this, or if they had this disease when we bought them. If anybody knows what to do, let us know. And then our blueberries look real good. We only have had 3 that made it out of 9. But they look pretty good. That one really looks good, and this one looks pretty good. But I think, again, it was the soil and the place that was just too damp. And then we've got some honeyberries up here, and I've got to clean this out. I just didn't have time today. And they're really getting smothered by these other plants, so I've got to get in there and here's this one over here and clean around it, and then I'm going to put wood chips around that. And down through here we have beans, and then we're going to let them grow up where we had the blackberries last year. These are red swan bush beans. They're a bush bean, so they won't run up this. But we planted those in what we had. These are called earth boxes. You can put them along your patio and grow just about anything in those. My mom did that. And these are Roger Newsom fall beans. Now, where I got all these seeds, I got them from a place in Berea. And here's some more Roger Newsom fall beans. And I planted these a little deep, I believe, because they're just now coming up. Unless they just didn't. I've had these seeds for 2 years, so that could be a problem too. See the little robin over there? I know what it's waiting for. It's waiting for my blueberries to get ripe. And these are a German greasy bean. I love greasy beans. We've got 4 of each one except the last one. And then these are called noble beans. I have never grown any of these before, so I have no idea how good they're going to be. And then this last one is called a German bean. And it's supposed to be different from any of all of these are supposed to be completely different. So for most of these, what I will do is just grow them to keep a seed, and I may get one nest out of them or something like that, but I won't be putting any of them away. Now these that I told you were the noodle beans over here. They will grow up to the top of that trellis, and they will hang down about 2 feet in length. And what we do is we stir fry those, and we'll put them in with like kale or something like that. Or there's different greens that I put those in with. And then we put onions in with them, and you can put peppers. We'll add some peppers. And they make a really good meal with that. So that's just what I wanted to show you today and give you an idea of how our garden's growing. We still have a lot of work to do, and I'm gonna try to plant some bitter melons tomorrow evening too. They're supposed to be a really healthy thing for you. I've never grown them, and they really don't sound that good, do they, when you say bitter melon? But they're supposed to be very healthy for you. And what you have to do, the seed, there's like this little hole around the seed, and you have to soak it overnight, and then you have to cut little slits in the hull of the seed so that it will germinate. Sunflower here, doing good. And I got these from Baker Creek, and I know they must be hard to germinate because they gave us, we're supposed to have had 10 beans, and they gave us 18, I believe. So that kind of lets me know that it's a harder bean to germinate, or they wouldn't give us all the extra. Here's what it looks like around our garden. There's trees, and I know our garden would do so much better if we didn't have all these trees. We cut quite a few of them down prior to starting the garden. And when we started this garden, there was nothing here but just clay dirt. And we put the fence up here. And most of all these fence posts, I think every single one of them my dad already had here. And he had some of the wire. So we went and bought enough wire to finish up this. And he had torn down a house and got the metal that we made this out of. So we just turned it into a bed. It's not perfect by any means, but it does the job. These are some of the ones that we ordered. This is their 3rd year. I'm not really thrilled with them, but they are working. But what I don't like about these is, I'll show you on this one. They're kind of going out a little bit. See what I'm saying there? But overall, they've done good. And I guess that I've shown you just about everything. I'll go up and show you our little building close up. It's a mess right now because we haven't had a chance to clean it. We've been working in the garden so much, and we've got to get all of this up. And this is called planting. I'm sure all of the people from here know that. But this is edible, and you cook it, I think, just about like mustard. And we would have this when I was growing up. My grandma would go out and pick this, and I picked this for my mom so she could remember the taste. This is a little building that we purchased in Laurel County from a young man from where we live, and it's been great. We've enjoyed it so much. My son and daughter-in-law got us this swing, and we come out here and relax, and it's a good place to lean our tools up. As you can see, all of our tools are there, but we will be cleaning this out in the next few weeks and getting it to looking better so we can have cookouts. And we always keep this out here. And we'll have to move the seats back tomorrow. And we do that so we can sit out there and have a coffee in the morning. This has been a joy for us. Just something to give us some fresh food and give us some beauty in the flowers that we grow. So this is our little place we go to think and pray and just enjoy. This is welcome to the farm up there, and we call this little garden Growing in Grace. So we will show you another tour of our garden in probably about 3 weeks. As I'm walking back to my house, I'll kind of give you an idea of what we're going to be doing next week. Next week, I'm going to take you on a tour of a beautiful garden that a guy did in Bowling Green, the Jerry Baker Arboretum. It isn't huge, but it is just beautiful. So we did that, and then we're taking you to a museum, and it's an art museum. So it's like a kind of a different spin on art. And then we have an antique place that we're taking you to. It's next to the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green. And then we're going to take you to a couple just flea markets that we went to. So that's kind of what we got coming up. As we look out over the garden, we'll say goodbye to next week. May God bless you and your family. And we hope to see you again next Tuesday.